the 3 Ps for planning a personal testimony. It's prayer, planning, presenting. All the words. Love it. So the first thing that you want to do when you're thinking about a personal testimony is pray about it. We can ask God for guidance and inspiration, and this can really help foster what it really means to share a personal testimony. And that is actually to reveal God. That's to reveal the love of God in our story. And so that's the purpose of, there's another P word, we should have the word purpose in here too. That's the purpose of a personal testimony. It's to share how the love of God has impacted your life. And so bringing God into the conversation when preparing for this is a really great way to start. Is the way to start. It is. Got a break. It's fun. Okay. The second area is planning. So we're going to make sure that your faith testimony is focused on your personal experience and relationship with God. That's one. We spoke about that. And what we're doing is we're identifying key moments within our faith journey that have shaped our Catholic faith. And we want to think about how our faith has impacted our life and how we're on a journey and growing with faith. There's 3 ways we kind of, there's like a 3-step rule that we can use to help us with this. And it works in most cases, but it's not necessary to planning a personal testimony. But that's your, think about how you were before, what was the turning point, and then how are you going hereafter. So those are some things to think about when you're planning. So highlight the importance of community and fellowship in your faith journey. What we know about a personal relationship with Christ is that, yes, it's experienced between you and Christ. That's why it's called a personal one. But Christ always acts and moves within a body, and the body is the church of Christ's people. So share about how this personal relationship with Christ is also drawing you into a community. The two always go together. And then share how your faith has empowered and provided you with hope. So, what does this mean for the future? What does this mean for your next steps in your life? And how is this projecting you into a life living with God? Okay, so there's some tips for planning. There's a million ways that we can look at, how do you plan a personal testimony? Sometimes you'll be asked to share and relate to a particular topic and that sort of thing. That's where you have to be docile and able to, tweak and provide emphasis in different areas. And now the third thing is presenting. Whenever you go to present a personal testimony, it has to be authentic because you're sharing about yourself. You're sharing from your heart. And so, again, starting with prayer, it's like, Lord, be with me as I go to share what you've done in my life. So what I would say is let Christ be seen. Your role when you're sharing your personal faith story is it's not about you. It's actually about Christ. It's about making Christ known and loved. More practical fun things is you can use expressive tones and gestures and sounds. If you got a microphone, I always love to use it to door knocking sounds or whatever. So these sorts of things can just help people tune back in if they're starting to zone out and that sort of thing. But you want to be pretty punctual, well, depending on the way and the context that you're going to be presenting a personal testimony. But it's good that to be able to share your story in 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, and 30 minutes. I think that's the same story. So if you can't congest it to 30 seconds, then you got to think about, well, what is actually my message? So maybe scooting back to the planning stage, think about, what exactly is the message that I want to give out in this personal testimony. And then it's always good to conclude by expressing your gratitude for how God's worked in your life and an encouragement to those that you're speaking to. So offering an opportunity for them to encounter Christ. So get planning your testimony, pray about it, get ready to present, and spend some time writing it down. Writing down everything that you want to share about your own life and how Christ has impacted you. And these are really great ways that we can learn to think about, how is it that Christ is working through me and how can I share that story with others?